I got you. That's what he was doing. So are you producing also the truck series? Okay. Yeah, I'm just done. Like I am done. I have tried to be nice. I tried to be. I try to tell. Billy was like, "Hey Wesley, dude, I know that like you come from the Nazareth, from the Josh White deal. You know all the stuff that went on with them. If you want to work with them and they want to work with you, then that's fine. I have no problem with it. I still like you. I still want to use you." And then, like, Michael's like, "Well, you're not working with Derek." And I'm like, "Yeah, the hell I am. We're doing a race tonight." "But what about the ARCA race?" I said, "I'm sorry, but I'm not associating myself with my name on fucking Whiskey Oval television. I'm not doing it." And I think that's honestly what set him off.
Yeah.
But anyhow, nonetheless, we're ready to rock and roll. We're going to have fun tonight. And we will, I don't care. We fucking blow them out of the water. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care no more.
Yeah, honestly, I think
as I tell somebody, my give a damn's busted. My give a damn is busted. My care for that stuff is done and over with. I'm going to work with. Right.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Like, and he tries to take credit for everything, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, like the Outlaw series, I had going long before I even partnered with Nazareth. So, and like,
I swear, dude, I think it's jealousy. I really do. I think it's jealousy.
Yeah, and it's because you know what?
evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the virtual Richmond Raceway in the Commonwealth of Virginia. LSR TV is set to roll with the next round of the American Motor Association Next Gen Challenge Series Cup. Tonight, 250 laps around Richmond Raceway. I'm Wesley Outland on your home for sim racing. Joined alongside is Mr. Derek Fulton up in Centre, Ontario, Canada. And how you doing, eh? Richmond's going to be fun tonight.
Yeah, we're doing good tonight. You know, it's going to be a good night of racing. These guys are putting up some great lap times. It looks like it's going to be fast tonight, and it's going to be a great show by the looks of it. These guys look like they got a lot of good cars going on into the corners, and they're holding their lines well, and I think it's going to be a good battle.
And this is the first race of our doubleheader coverage that'll be coming up here tonight on LSR TV. Of course, forthcoming in a little bit will also be the Northwest iRacing Truck Series from Chicagoland Speedway. But currently, right now, we have the drivers of the Next Gen Challenge Series on the racetrack, shaking the cars down, getting ready, and we should have a good race here this evening.
Yeah, I always love Richmond. It's usually always a great show. That restart zone's always so crucial, usually by the end of the race, because you usually do see those cautions by the end. So we'll see how that comes into play tonight. You never really know how it goes with Richmond. If we get spread out a little bit, we'll probably go green for a while, but if we have a lot of side-by-side racing, you know, and the tires wear up, and you start pushing up in the guys, and you got nowhere to go sometimes, you run out of room.
A great series right now, Del Osmond at the top of the board. It's been about 3 weeks or so since I've been in the broadcast booth for the Next Gen Challenge Series because of other broadcast obligations. It's always good to join Tyler Hilton and all the great people here. And Richmond Raceway is an exciting track. It's one of those tracks, Derek, where you can drive it like a super speedway, even though it's a short track, and it's always intense and exciting to watch.
Yeah, exactly, and there is actually almost 2 lanes at this track you can use, but you do have to come together at the end of the corner. So you got to meet in the middle and try to get that position before you get to the apex, or sometimes you just got to roll out of the thing. So we'll see how that's going to be a battle of, you know, who's going to roll out and who's going to give tonight.
We are set to go here at Richmond Raceway on LSR TV. Again, we'll take a quick break. Practice is about to wrap up, followed by qualifying as we get ready for the next round of AMA on LSR TV. From Richmond, we'll be back in just a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Back here at Richmond Raceway on LSR TV. Practice is about to wrap up here in just a few more seconds, and then we will be set to go with qualifying. It looks like right now 17 drivers are attempting to make practice laps currently around the Richmond Raceway. They'll qualify here in just a moment to set the field for their event. There comes a couple of other people joining in. Tyler Hilton and Race Control to add, but we'll find out if there's any more drivers than that. But Derek, you've drove around Richmond before virtually. How do you get around this place?
It's a lot of patience in the middle of the corner. You get off the throttle, and you got to wait for it to come back around and wait for that car to rotate. We'll see how that comes into play tonight, but we'll see on qualifying here as 88 starts his lap. He's going to go up high to get the biggest run he can off of 4 to get the most momentum, and then he'll probably dip back down to the bottom end of the entrance of 1.
Ready to go with qualifying down the straightaway. There goes the Sundrop colors of Dell Osmond. Ready to roll. He'll be the man to set the bar. There'll be a couple of other cars on the racetrack as well. And qualifying will be ready to go here in just a few moments to set the field for 250 laps tonight around the Richmond Raceway. Again, don't forget, cut up tonight. It'll be coverage of the next round of the, of course, Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Whole bunch of cool stuff going on. E-Swag and everybody all on board. A lot of cool things happening with the Monday Night Cup Series. We got details on that. The World of Thunder getting ready for the third round of the new late model speed week coming up in September 13th to the 18th. A lot of cool things going on. And can we announce, Derek, Swag Sports, LSR TV, CRN, the virtual Valley Star Credit Union 300 coming up on Sunday, September 27th, 1 p.m. Eastern on LSR TV.
Yeah, that's it's so exciting to announce that. You know, those are exactly the events that we were looking to put on when we started this thing, and we're getting there, and it's so exciting because, but at the same time, it is unfortunate for you know, they couldn't hold the race in real life due to what was going on in the world. So, I mean, we're going to try to make the best of it on the virtual world, and I think we'll do exactly that.
Qualifying complete right now so far. 6 cars on the racetrack. Down the 7th man, Troy Radford on the speedway, as Dell Osmond sets the bar at 21.100. In the 88 machine, Steve Baker right along with him in the 55 machine. Second fast, Chris Medford third, 21.390. Dustin Ping, 21.435. Look out, Radford loose off a 2. Scrapes the inside barrier on the back straightaway. And he'll give up his qualifying lap in car number 94. So there you go. Dustin Ping, Tom Quattlebaum in the top 5. And Brian Snare in car number 43. All these drivers on the racetrack right now.
Yeah, it looks like the 88 of Dale Osmond is still on top with that full time, but the 83 is going right on the track now, so he's going to try to challenge it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that the broadcast mics were open before they were supposed to. That is not of our fault in the broadcast booth, but possibly on the production. Some type of an error was made. If there was anything that was said inappropriately, we do sincerely apologize. I think we were just having a casual conversation, if you will, but if there was any dialogue that you find offensive, we do sincerely apologize for that error, and it will be fixed. Dell Osmond again, the driver on the racetrack, qualifying right now, 21.100. Medford now, car number 83. Derek going to crack the top 10, 22.197 in his beautiful Chevrolet down in turn 3.
Yeah, and looks like he's going to come around for his last lap here. Let's try to get a little bit better time here. He's sitting 7th on the board. And that's going to move him up to 5th with a 21.503. So that's a decent time for him here tonight. He'll have a decent starting position as we see the 34 of Doug Wasaki coming out onto the track.
Doug Wasaki, that's a sharp-looking colors on them cars too, ain't it? That's neat.
Yeah, that is a good color. I like that. It's a sharp-looking paint scheme. I liked all the paint schemes I've seen tonight. They all look pretty sharp, actually.
Yes, sir. Richmond Raceway in the place here this evening, the Commonwealth of Virginia. Just about 130 miles from where I live in Durham, North Carolina. I've announced many races in Richmond, and NASCAR will be coming there for the playoffs. But no fans, but they will be making that trip as we watch these Cup cars work their way here around Richmond right now in qualifying. As Dell Osmond, the man setting the bar. This is Cade Green. Little loose in the corner.
Ooh, he's going to hang on to it. What a save by the 19 of Cade Green. That was awesome.
Scary moment. He saves it. Did he flat spot the tires? So that's the question, Derek, as he comes back around.
He may have definitely. I mean, those tires were still spinning a bit. He did get on the brakes, but you know what? That could actually help him out a bit because that got a lot of heat in those tires. So we'll see what happens here.
Watch them here as they work their way back around the racetrack. Tyler Hilton and Massengill and everybody in the box running things. Here comes Cade Green, another lap. He'll crack the top 10. 21.500. He'll get up to 5th. And qualifying's over. A lot of drivers didn't take time, Greg. A lot of times drivers didn't take time, Derek. I'm sorry. I usually work with Greg on Thursday night. That'll be later.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, a lot of cars didn't take time tonight. They got a lot of laps to get back up there. I'm sure we'll see a couple different strategies with the pit cycles and stuff here tonight too, and depending on where we see the cautions fall, and that'll determine exactly what these guys got to do to get this done. Looks like Dale definitely has a really quick car tonight, so they're going to be pushing everything they can to keep up to him. But you never know with those qualifying setups compared to race setups, and where guys are going to be on old tires compared to new tires. So we'll see how this one turns out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is your official starting lineup for the next round of the American Motor Association Next Gen Challenge Series presented by Ohio and Indiana Roofing here this evening from Richmond on LSR TV. Dell Osmond, quick qualifier from Virginia, 21.100. He's on the pole. Steve Baker to the outside at 55. Chris Mefford in 84 will start inside row 2 along with Dustin Ping from Indiana in the 1. Row 3 will be Cade Green in the 19 from Florida. The Falcon Motorsports entry of Brandon Medford in 83. Row 4, Doug Wasaki for Falcon Motorsports in the 34, and Tom Quattlebaum Jr. from Georgia in the 08. And finally, to round out the top 10, Brian Snare, the Virginian, in the 43, and Alan Pajari from Texas in the number 5. He'll start 10th.
And in the 11th spot, we got Ron Hyde in the 00 car, and we got Brian Littleton in the 80 car in the 12th place. 13th, we have Troy Ratford, and on his outside will be Tyler Hilton in that 82 car. 15th will be Michael McKean from the Virginias, and Brian Britt from Carolina in the 16th spot. 17th will be Justin Walters, and 18th will be Eric Blount. 19th is not a driver, it is race control.
That's right. Race control, and also Mr. Hilton is also manning operations as well too. So there we go. Ready to go for 250 laps around Richmond Raceway. Should be a good one. We're glad you're along for the ride on LSR TV. The field will make a couple of laps. 250 laps, 125 miles will be the distance. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 150 laps. My bad. I was told it was 250 laps. It's 150 laps. So, hey, that's good. It'll make it go by quicker.
Yeah, that's still quite a few laps here tonight. We'll probably still see one, for sure, maybe 2 fuel cycles if they go green. And I mean, if they're getting tires, getting cautions, then they'll be getting tires when they can.
Yes, sir. Ready for this start to go. It should be a good one. I apologize. Our Brett Rolls was supposed to be joining us in the broadcast, but he is being affected from the storms of Hurricane Laura. And our thoughts and prayers are with everybody that's been affected from the Gulf up into Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, as it roars through Tennessee on its way to the Carolinas. And I can already feel the effects of the storm here because the winds have started to pick up a little bit here in the Carolinas, Derek, but I don't think we're going to get a brunt of it as bad as we thought we were going to get it. A lot of heavy rainfall, chance of isolated tornadoes, but our thoughts and prayers are mindful with everybody being affected by Hurricane Laura, and as well as just everything that's going on in our country right now. Hope you enjoy this diversion on LSR TV.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot's going on in the world right now, and hope the best for it. As the pace car pulls off here, we're just going to go green and go racing tonight and have a great time. And
150 laps. Del Osmond brings them to the green flag. It's time to kick some asphalt here at Richmond. We're underway.
83 of Brandon Medford got pushed up the track, so definitely some early contact. That's not going to make him very happy, that's for sure.
Underway in this event, it's going to be 150 laps here this evening from Richmond. Del Osmond on the jump. He'll lead the way. Steve Baker right there in the number 2 spot. Medford sitting back there in 3rd, along with Cade Green, Dustin Ping, and for the most part, Derek, everyone's single file. This is a good thing in the start of things, right?
Yeah, they're going to get a chance to break away from each other here, and then we're going to see the tires really come into play and where these setups are sitting at with different tire wear and where these guys are driving harder and maybe on the shorter runs and where they're maybe sitting back a little bit for that long run.
Lap 3 of 150. Del Osmond leading the way. Baker, Medford, Green, Ping in the top 5.
Yeah, it looks like Steve Baker's holding right on Dale Osmond as we have the 1 car battling with the 19. Sorry. They're side by side down the back straightaways. The 1 car takes the lead from him in the 4th place position. The 19 falls back at Cade Green. The 5 of Alan Pajari comes down on his inside, and he's going to race him down the front straightaway.
Down the straightaway they come, working lap number 5 of 150. Dale Osmond still leads the way. Look at these battles here inside the top 5. That's Dustin Ping in the 1, Alan Pajari in the 5. Ties it up also Cade Green. All these drivers in position. Back to turn number 1, single file. While those battles for position continue, we just saw car number 84, Chris Medford, trying to close in on these drivers as they work their way off of turn 2 to the back straightaway.
Yeah, it looks like Steve is getting there. He's kind of chasing him down a little bit as I'm watching the timer on the top left of your screen there. He's cut it down to about 2.5 tenths there, so he's there. We'll see how these things play out on the long run now.
Underway here in this event as these drivers continue to work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Dale Osmond leading the way, but here comes Steve Baker. And to be honest with you, Derek, it's been these drivers fighting for the championship all season long as we continue to see this battle heat up here this evening at Richmond. They're mano-a-mano, and Medford ready to pounce on the top 2 as they close in off turn 2.
Yeah, he is there. They're almost running identical lap times at the line as they're not losing or gaining anything on each other. So this looks like it's gonna be a great race. As Chris Medford looks like he's going down pit lane. What's going on with him?
Medford with a problem. He gives up the 3rd position in car number 84. Do not know the issue on his car. And there is no caution. So a problem on Medford. Chris Medford in car number 84. As while that goes on, here comes the top 2 of Osmond and Baker battling for the lead as they cross the start-finish line. Another lap on the board. We're closing in on the first 10 complete. And it's Osmond and Baker 1 and 2 down off of turn 2. And Baker trying to get a run.
Yeah, it looks like he's there going into the entrance of turn 3, and he's going to try to get a run on him. It looks like he's there still. He didn't really lose much time on him on the exit. He's still there at now 1/10. Well, sorry, now back to 2/10 going into 1.
Off of turn 2 to the back straightaway. Here they come again. You look at this battle now with Dustin Ping. He'll move up to 3rd. Pajari right behind him as everybody's single file. Nice little breakaway, man. And besides the top 2, you've got 3rd separated by 2.5 seconds with Pajari as well. 4 seconds back in 5th with the 80 car. Brian Littleton, you see him right now on the monitor. Cade Green back in 6th. And Bradford in 7th. Meakin in 9th. 8th and 9th, Eric Blunt. Medford now coming back out of the track in 10th. As it looks like Chris Medford, related to Brandon Medford, is behind the wall. He's 1 lap down. There he is back on the racetrack.
I don't know exactly what happened to him. Maybe he had something wrong with the car, or maybe he just got loose and spun into the pit lane too. That's a possibility. Looks like Dale Osmond is he's still holding really strong there on that inside. They're still not really gaining or losing anything on each other. Running almost identical lap times still at lap 14 now.
Osmond still leading the way. Baker in 2nd. There they are, still playing mano-a-mano with one another. Dustin Ping in the 3rd spot. Pajari 4th. Littleton top 5. There's the leaders again.
Yeah, we got Littleton in 6th place. Cade Green back there in the 19 car. He's 6 seconds back when Troy Radford is in 7th now. And Eric Blunt is in 8th. 9th is Matthew McKeaton, sorry. And 10th is Brandon Medford. That rounds out your top 10.
11th is going to be Roy Hyde, followed by Brian Snare. Tom Quattlebaum flip-flop that now with Doug Wasaki 13th. Tom Quattlebaum 14th. Brian Brent, Justin Walters. Chris Medford 1 lap down. That's the rundown as it stands here as we are about to approach lap number 20. And again, 17 laps on the board as Osmond is still the man leading the way. Steve Baker, there you see them 1 and 2 as they'll work their way again off of turn number 3. And the caution will come out. Yellow flag out for the first time here this evening at Richmond. Got a problem on the speedway. We'll find out what happened, and we'll have our first swag caution and swag instant replay. The graphic is not up, but all caution flags and instant replays are brought to you by swag. And there's the 08 Quaddle Bomb and the other car, a little punt there. And that's why we go under the yellow flag.
Yeah, it looks
Watch it again.
Looks like the 45 thought he had a little bit more grip there on the bottom than he actually had, and he just. Oh, the 08 kind of came down too. I think that was just a mistake.
A racing deal?
Yeah, I think it was a racing deal. He thought he was clear, and he drove that car really hard in there. So, I mean, he probably got called clear before he went into the corner, and he wasn't clear by the time he got there.
Tom Quattlebaum Jr. into the 45 as well, or the 46 of Justin Walters. Those two cars getting involved, and we go under yellow, and there are cars on the pit lane for service, including Dell Osmond. The leader gives up the lead. He's on pit lane. So is Dustin Ping, Kate Green, Brian Snare, Roy Hyde, Mick Meekin, Britt, Walters, Blunt, all on the pit lane for service. Free pass in the wave around is going to go back to Chris Medford. He will get the lucky dog and go back on the lead lap, the only car lap down. Pit stops on the exit now, and Steve Baker will now be the new leader.
Yeah, that looks like we had a couple cars stay out there actually. So we'll see how Dale Osmond is able to get through traffic here. He's going to have to fight his way back up there. He's going to have the fresher tires, so he's definitely going to have the speed to do so, but he's still going to have to get there without having any issues.
Under caution. 20 of 150 laps. There's still 130 laps remaining. We're your home for sim racing, live sim racing and LSR TV. We'll be back for the restart in a moment from Richmond.
They say everything is bigger. These guys down in Texas aren't messing around. This feature race will separate the boys from the men, the girls from the ladies. Can you handle racing 300 laps for $25,000? It's not as easy as you think. We don't stop to tow those too weak. We just push them out of the way. We don't run 20 laps. We run 300 each night. We don't care about what you and your boys have under the hood. Bring all you got. Don't be scared. Call my Cowboy Jack today to get signed up. It all goes down on October 2nd and 3rd in Mesquite, Texas, just outside of Dallas. Kenny Wallace is coming back this year to try again. You don't have excuses. Go to LoneStar600.com now.
Back here at Richmond with the AMA Next Gen Challenge Series presented by Ohio and Indiana Roofing on LSR TV after the first caution flag involving a multi-car accident with Tom Quattlebaum and Justin Walters. We are getting ready for the restart as Steve Baker will now make the second leader of the race. Only two lead changes between Baker and the leader of the race early. That is Dell Osmond. He'll restart 7th after coming to the pits. And Derek will get ready for the restart.
Yeah, looks like, I think it was, the 6th place car. He was the last car out of those cars that didn't take tires on that pit stop. So we're going to see how that 88 can work through his traffic here and get back up in front, as the 5 car is going to take us to the green of Steve Baker.
And after Chris Medford got back on the lead lap, getting the lucky dog, he is now allowed all cars on the lead lap. All cars no longer a lap down. We bunched up the pack, and we'll see if they can get another long green flag 20-lap run, or will we see the scenario of cautions breeding cautions as we go back to turn 3. As here comes Medford now in the battle. We had Chris Medford earlier to 3rd. Now Brandon Medford is 3rd as they go back to turn 1. Side by side, Medford Littleton in turn 2.
Yeah, these guys are putting on a great show here. Nice, clean driving so far going through the field. As we see the difference between the new tires compared to old tires. But man, those guys on the old tires are doing a really good job of holding those guys back right now. I mean, the tires aren't that old, but it still definitely makes a difference. And We've seen it with the car pushing up in that last wreck. Like, you have less grip when you go into the corner on older tires, and that's exactly what it takes. But they're being patient, making their way back up there. And we'll see how this plays out, though, because those guys are going to be able to go further on fuel now. So if we do go green here, that's going to definitely change up the way things are going to shape up.
Here they come back across the line. Back straight away. Here they roll. Coming in on 125 laps remaining. Steve Baker, the man out in front. Look at this battle now. 4 cars side by side. Oh, Medford bouncing off the wall. That's Radford. Correction. As here comes that 80 car down to the inside of Littleton. Littleton hooking up with Dustin Ping. He's going to also carry Osmond with him as they work their way to the back straightaway into turn number 3. Look at this move to the inside. Look at Littleton trying to shut the door on Radford. Ping and Osmond licking their chops, ready to pounce like an alley cat on a dark night on their mouse as they go to turn 1.
Yeah, Littleton's going to get by there, and the one car is going to follow him through with Dustin Ping, and it looks like they're going to now set their sights on the 83 of Brandon Medford. Oh, they get together on the back straightaway.
Trouble back straightaway. Ping hooks the 80 car. 80 hooks the 1. Littleton gets into Ping. Could have been a more nasty crash than it turned out to be. And after a 9-lap restart, we have another swag caution. And here is your Smith Wraps and Graphics instant replay.
I think that was a little bit net code there after we see that replay. They had a little bit of room in between the 2 cars, and you've seen that contact. So I think net code might have been a part of that.
Internet issue, if you will. Just simply an issue there with the servers not syncing and a problem on the 1 car of Ping. And that will put us under the yellow flag. Watch it again. Ping in the 1. Simply just a racing deal, I guess.
Yeah, racing deal there on the back straightaway, and they just ran out of room.
So under the yellow flag. That's a couple of cars on the pit lane. Let's show you those pit stops now. Matthew McBeacon in the 4 car. He's on his pit stall. So is Roy Hyde. Dustin Ping, along with these other cars that are involved, having service. Troy Radford, who got into Dustin Ping, all getting service done on their cars. And is it too early to pit with 30 laps in this race so far, Derek?
Looks like we've seen the race leader came down to pit lane as the 5 has taken the race lead now. So he's going to be now on newer tires, but they're pretty even because I think there was only about a 4 or 5 lap run. So Dale Osmond in the 88 is going to be looking to get back up there. I don't know if the 5 did come down and grab tires on that last stop exactly, but he's going to be looking to get away with a good restart here.
Back straight away, 31 of 150. We're closing in on 120 laps remaining under the caution for the 2nd time. And Alan Pajari, the Big Gut Motorsports number 5 entry, riding on board with him now as the new leader. Back in a moment from Richmond, we continue along with the Next Gen Challenge Series on your home for sim racing LSR TV in a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Back here at Richmond, getting ready. Back here at Richmond, getting ready for the restart here in this event for the next round of the American Motor Association Next Gen Challenge Series Cup, presented by Ohio and Indiana Roofing on LSR TV. I am Wesley Outland, alongside Derek Fulton in the production chair. Running the boards is Will Duvall. Charles Wooten on assignment with Race on Texas tonight. Green flag goes back in the air, back on the restart. Pajari and Blunt battle. Blunt goes up the racetrack. He had an opportunity to lead, fails, and Osmond licking his chops, going back to second around. Blunt getting back around to the outside in turn 3.
Yeah, he's looking there. It looks like he rolled off a little bit in the middle of the corner, but he's going to be looking to get that spot back from the 6 car, Eric Blunt.
Making it work, making it stick, getting back around. Here they come to the stripe. Another lap being 15, and Blunt's in the wall. Bounces off the wall, shower of sparks, shoots down the back straightaway. Could have lost it. Fishtailed, overcorrected, and saves it. What a save there for Blunt in the number 6 car. Shades of Mark Martin's colors back in the number 6 Valvoline Days out of Batesville, Arkansas.
Yeah, that was a heck of a save. He got up a little high in the middle of the corner, got up into the marbles, and lost all that grip. He got out into the wall, but I don't know if that'll affect him too much here tonight, because it's not a very aerodynamically sensitive track here tonight. So I don't think that'll really affect him, as it just depends on how hard he got into it on that tire, really.
Another lap on the board here. They make their way back around the turn 2 to the back straightaway. Dale Osmond, here comes Pajari battling for the lead on the inside. As they go to turn 3, Osmond will get the lead back. 4th lead change of the night so far, not even 50 laps in. Dale Osmond, the pole car, back to P1. He leads for the 2nd time at Richmond.
Yeah, he's back out front, and it looks like he's got a little bit of a buffer space now over Steve Baker, who's back there in 6th place, as he's the first car now with the newer tires. But they're still even now, basically, or more even on tires than they were before. So he's still got his work cut out for him. So we'll see how far Dale can get before Steve Baker can get maybe through the field here.
What a job they got going on for him. Back out of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Out in front, Dale Osmond, Alan Pajari, Eric Blunt now making a move on Pajari for 2nd spot. He'll carry Cade Green with him for that position as they cross the start-finish line. Another lap on the board.
Yeah, these guys are doing a great job. They're slipping and sliding around out there, and putting on a great show for us here tonight. As they battling 2-3 wide sometimes at some points in this short track.
Great racing, as you just reiterated on. These men putting on a phenomenal show right now in the early going here this evening. Making their way back around the racetrack. Another lap of the board.
Yeah, the 55's on the outside. He's going to kind of roll that momentum there as those guys check up and are getting loose on their older tires now. So that's going to give room for Steve Baker to move up there into maybe the 3rd or 2nd position, maybe. No, 3rd right now.
What a run they have going on down into turn number 1. Steve Baker again back to 3rd. And now he is way behind. Let's take a look at the interval right now as they work and approach lap 50 of the race so far. Dale Osmond leading the way. There's the interval back, 1.3 back to Blunt, who really, I thought Derek was going to eat the wall down the back straightaway. What a save for him. And now in the 2nd position. And Steve Baker there in 3rd. Roy Hyde, we're riding on board with him at the 00. There he is. Now we see Cade Green and Alan Pajari battling for the top 5 and 6 as they go to 3.
Yeah, these guys are really battling back there for the, or not back there, but for the 5th place position. We got like a 4 or 5 car battle. This is a great battle here.
Definitely don't want to be friends, that's for sure. Working their way back around the racetrack again. Another lap on the board.
Looks like Baker's now, he's going to cut in some time on Dale Osmond in the leader. So he is showing that those newer tires, even though they're only 3 or 4 laps, he's going to maybe be able to get back up there maybe to Dale Osmond's rear end. And that's all because he was able to make that strong move on the outside where he's able to get 3 or 4 positions all at once. It saved him a lot of time and effort going through each one by one.
What a great race so far. Still continuing, and we got a caution on the racetrack. 3rd yellow. Swag caution coming out, and a swag instant replay forthcoming. Watch Tom Quattlebaum, his second time involved in a caution here at Richmond. Watch what happened. Just simply lost it. Hits the safer wall barrier on the inside of the back straightaway. And Captain America all tore up in the 08 for the second time here, Derek.
Yeah, he just got loose, lost that rear end on the back, or coming off the corner onto the back straightaway, and just got away from him. We'll see how much that's going to affect his car, and whether or not he's going to have to, take it to the garage. We'll see.
Back under yellow flag again. Here comes more cars into the pit lane, led by Pajari. He's on the pit lane. So is Eric Blunt. So is also Doug Wasaki. No correction. Alan Pajari, I mentioned him. Brian Snare, Dustin Ping. All these drivers coming down for service here. So we're still coming up on 100 laps to go. We ain't even put 50 laps on the board yet, but seeing these pit stops here, this is really changing the sequence and strategy of all these guys. We're seeing a lot of different front runners now coming back to the front. Early guys back to the back. Now they're back to the front. Guys that were in the back earlier, and then they were at the front. Now we pit again, and now the guys in the front are back to the front that started the race. I hope you could follow what I said.
Yeah, I think I could, but that's it's definitely a tongue twister. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what's happened. Is we now still have the 88 and the 55 back up front now, but they're going to be still. They were even at the line the last time we went by the stripes, so I think they're still pretty even on tires. So we'll see how this one plays out.
A good race going on as we're approaching 50 laps in, 100 remaining here at Richmond. Back in a moment on your home for sim racing. This is LSR TV coverage of the AMA Next Gen Challenge Series Cup, presented by Ohio and Indiana Roofing.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do actually any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Pace car drops on the pit lane. That's how good Will DeBall is in the production chair for LSR TV. Brings it back right at the restart. And we're back to the green flag. And Osman, Roy Hyde now coming off of a couple of wins on the series of the 00. Steve Baker back to third. And Derek, we're back to green in a hornet's nest of traffic behind the top three. Single file as they go to 3 and 4.
Yeah, that battle for that fifth place position continues between those same drivers. It's now the 6th car of Chris Blount tries to make it 3 wide going into turn 1.
Another lap of the board. Here they come, closing in on what is the final 100 laps here this evening. Lap 75 will be halfway. Woo! Little contact. Alan Pajari. Brandon Medford not practicing social distancing along with Cade Green. And they're definitely not staying 6 feet apart. They were scraping and sparks flying, and we will still keep racing back to 3.
Yeah, that was a great save there for that car, and I'm surprised they kept it in there at 3 wide as Eric there picked up 2 positions, and you know, they definitely looking at his drops and going for more.
Cross the line, another lap on the board. They go back to turn 1. Here comes Eric Blunt. He's in the top 5 right now. Behind him, Alan Pajari, Brian Littleton, all trying to close in on him as they go to the back straightaway into turn number 3. Blunt and Pajari fighting for that spot. Up the racetrack goes Baker. Baker now clears around Roy Hyde. Put him back to second spot. Here we go.
Yeah, he gets that second place back, but he's sitting to 8/10 back. So we'll see how if those newer tires, they're only, like we said, 5 laps newer, but now we're a little bit further on into the run. This is when we're going to start to see the time probably pick up.
Across the start-finish line, there's that battle for second and third. And while that goes on, Del Osmond nowhere inside until right there, just a little bit. You see him cross by. Double lap of the board.
Yeah, the 5th place position. Again, the battle for that 5th spot is the 0-0. Now he's going to go for the 4th spot of Alan Pajari. He's going to get by Ron Hyde, and that 0-0 car is now the 6th car behind him of Eric Blount is going to make that pass as well, I think.
Another lap of the board. Here from Richmond. Rocking and rolling. The race continues on.
There's the 84 of Chris Medford. We've seen him earlier with that problem where I don't know if he had to pit for an issue with the car or if he spun down on the pit lane, but he's made the best of it. He got that lucky dog position, and he's making his way back up and through the field here. That's a great recovery there for the 84 car.
A great recovery. Watching them as they work their way back around the racetrack off of turn number 4. As Osmond, still the man out in front, he will lead the way with a strong run.
Yep, it looks like the 5 car is there. He's got by Steve Baker, so those new tires, he's really getting up there, and he's back to 2/10 from the lead now as we have a challenge for the lead.
An opportunity now waits for Pajari.
Well, we were watching that battle, the 84 car. The 5 car really put on the jets there, and he got by the 55 and 5 with those newer tires. As the 6 is going to be looking to follow him through and do the same thing.
Got better of it, Derek, because he'll make his way back around into turn number 3 and 4. Back across the start-finish line. Osmond and Pajari battling side by side for that position as they work their way back into turn number 1 and 2. Look at Pajari. Osmond up the racetrack. This allows Steve Baker to close in for that second position as they go to turn number 3.
Yeah, side by side for that second position is Steve Baker's now going to get by him, but it looks like Pajari is really setting sails as he's getting way out front there. But you know, Steve Baker is doing a great job too to get back up there and keep his car in position to make something happen if we do get some green flag cycles.
A great run for the driver. The number 5, Alan Pajari, now makes the 5th different leader of the race in 7 lead changes now here at Richmond.
Yeah, this is really interesting to see how it's turning out with all the different strategies, and you know, everybody's all at different points, so it's all going to be where it ends up for the one lap that really matters at the end, right? So
a great run for those drivers. They work their way back around out of turn number 3 and 4 back to the start-finish line. Closing in on 10 to halfway. Pajari, Baker, Osmond, Blunt, Medford, the top 5. Littleton, Hyde, Medford, Wasaki, and Snare, the top 10 as we give you a full field rundown.
Yeah, and back in the 11th place is Dustin Ping, as he had that problem there earlier in the race, and he's looks like he's going to lose the spot there to Troy Radford in the 94 too, as he's got that car repaired, but he's still holding momentum. So we'll see if he can get back up there after this thing plays out. And then back there in 13th place is Brian Britt in the 05. 14th is Matthew Mickey, and I keep screwing up his name. I'm sorry about that. And then 15th is Cade Green of 19. Justin Walters of 46. And then I think we've seen some issues back there with the 08. He had to drop back to pit lane after that wreck, and I think he's pulled off the track at this point now.
A great opportunity there for Alan Pajari, still leading the way, and Baker back along with car 88. Del Osmond down the front stretch, another lap on the board.
Yeah, it looks like Steve Baker is now in this. He's still in the second spot. He's holding off Dale Osmond. It looks like they're losing a little bit time on the 5 car of Pajari. So we'll see where this plays out and when they have to maybe come in and top up on fuel. As we're approaching, 70 laps. We're almost at the halfway point, and it's time to go.
Time to go for sure. Another lap on the board. Pajari, Baker, Osmond, Blunt, Medford, the top 5. Closing in on halfway. There is Osmond and Blunt. And there goes also Baker and Osmond now. And that is for second and third as Pajari has checked out 1.5 seconds over the field. Alan Pajari turning things around in the Big Gut Motorsports Chevrolet, leading the way in that number 5 machine. He'll exit off of turn 4, coming in on now 6 laps to halfway and closing in on the second half of this event for 150 laps around the Richmond Raceway for the next round of the AMA. That's the American Motor Association Next Gen Challenge Series Cup, presented by Ohio and Indiana Roofing on LSR TV. Pajari really strong here, Derek, as he'll exit off turn 4. In his own world, nobody can catch him.
Yeah, he's checked right out, as he surprised us all when he put on the jets there and just took up. He went right from 3rd to 1st on that move in like 2 laps, and he took off after that.
Halfway, coming up on the halfway mark. Another lap on the board. Here they come. Off of turn 4. There's the battle now for second. Back to turn 1. Steve Baker, Dale Osmond. Eric Blunt starting to creep into that battle there as they work their way to the back straightaway. As Alan Pajari leading the way here. So Derek Fulton, as we approach halfway, what's your take of the first half of the race and what we're going to see probably for part 2 in the second half about to get underway in a moment?
Well, it's same thing that we talked about at the start of the race. It's going to matter where the cautions land now if we get cautions. If we don't get cautions, then it's going to all matter about where these guys have to pit and take fuel. And, one guy might have a little bit more tires than the other and could maybe run them down after the green flag cycles. And it's also going to be about not making any mistakes, getting down there and getting slowed down when you need to make sure you don't get a speeding penalty on pit lane. So there's a lot of variables that can come into play here to finish this race if we don't see any cautions.
Down the back straightaway, Alan Pajari still the man that leads. We're coming up on halfway. This time by next time around, riding with the leader in the Big Gut, number 5. Let's go on board with the man that's leading the way, who is out in front as he works in turn number 3 and 4. And he'll nestle his way through the D-shaped trioval here and come to cross flags. 75 down and 75 to go. As watch that telemetry, the electronic box there on the bottom right left of your monitor. You can see the RPMs. He's turning almost 65, 6,800, 7,800, 8,500. How fast is that actually in telemetry, Derek, as you drive these cars as well?
Yeah, they're probably reaching about 150 here tonight. As it looks like nice cool track temps too, so they have a little bit more grip going into the corner. As you see on the wall, those red lines. If we go back with them here on the front straightaway, that's kind of your let-off point. You see those red lines on the wall, then you let off as soon as you don't see them really anymore. That's what I do when I get around here, and you can definitely do it into 1. It's not as much about it on the back straightaway, but you'll see it here on the wall into 1. So that's really
what there again. Yes, sir. So basically, when you hit about 8,500 RPMs, that's about 160, 150, 160 miles an hour.
Yeah, it all depends on your gear ratio and what your gear's topped and out at. But that tonight, I think that's what it'd be about, because about half a mile on the straight, half a mile on the straightaway or whatever it is in distance. That's about what they're reaching. These guys got a lot of pickup and go with these Cup cars and a lot of rotation, so they can get right back to the throttle as soon as they get that car to turn.
But we're watching the RPMs, and we're also watching the mile per hour. That was just up there just a second ago. It's gone now. There he goes. It's back. And I'm noticing like how fast he goes from 130 miles an hour and bam, quickly on the brake. Look at this, up to 148. Back on the gas, 10 on the brake. And really is interesting down the back straightaway as he goes up to about 140 and then quickly drops down to 90 when he hits the brake. Like, bam, he hits it so fast. Look at how fast he drops, like that quickly.
Exactly. It looks like he gets on the brakes hard, and then he's nice and smooth getting back onto the gas pedal. That's what you want, because when you jam that gas pedal, you're going to get those tires spinning, and then that's when you're going to spin out. So this track is exactly about those patience and kind of waiting for the car to turn for you and get where you need it to be, and then just make sure you can match that gas when you can. You just can't be too early on it.
What a great run currently so far for these drivers as they'll work their way back around the racetrack. And we are closing in on lap 100. A good race so far. So far we've had a very long green flag run with Alan Pajari, Steve Baker, Del Osmond, Eric Blunt, Chris Medford now the top 5. Littleton, Snare, Hyde, Radford, and Wasaki the top 10 as we give you another full-filled rundown just after halfway here at Richmond.
Yeah, and Brandon Medford's in the 83 car with those issues. He's probably had to get back in the pit road here soon. Or sorry, yeah, it was Brandon Medford was with the issues, I think. No, sorry, it was Chris Medford with the issues. He's up there. So Brandon's fell back. So Dustin Ping's, yeah, so Chris is actually the fastest car on track now with that, after that mistake earlier on. So he's definitely recovered here tonight, and, he's going to roll with it, and he's going to maybe be there here now by the end of the cycle.
Gonna roll with the punches, as they say.
Yeah, to finish out the order though, I had 13th place was Dustin Ping and with the 1 car, and Caden Green in the 19. Dustin Walters in the 46, and Matthew McKeaton is the last car on the track right now in the 4 car, as the 08 of Tom Gottlebaum Jr. had to bring that Captain American car down to pit lane.
Back down the straightaway into turn number 3. Back down into turn number 4 to the front stretch. Here is Pajari. Baker, Osmond. There is Baker and Osmond. There is 2nd and 3rd as they work their way back again out of turn number 2. Any quiet drivers through the field that we should keep an eye on? What do you think, Derek, as we get ready for the final 50 laps of this race?
Well, with the tire cycle right now, I'm actually very impressed right now that the 5 and 88 are able to now actually looks like they're gaining ground back on the leader of Alan Pajari. So they could be there maybe by the end of this cycle. But like we said, Chris Medford was one of the fastest cars on tracks there a couple laps ago on the track there a couple laps ago. So he's definitely got some speed in that thing. I think this could be anybody's game here tonight, depending on the way these things play out.
Understanding that Eric Blunt is up 14 spots. Remember, we were talking about him earlier where he could have crashed the car in a nasty wreck on the back straightaway. He saved it. Look at him loose there on the back stretch. Look at that.
Yeah, he's been up on the wheel all night long. He got up into those marbles and he tracked it down. He got into the wall, but he definitely made a great save. And that's what, and he's continued on and he's still pushed forward and he's still really quick in that 6 car. So he's doing a great job here tonight.
Another lap as they work their way. By the way, Brett Rolls was supposed to have joined us in the broadcast booth tonight, and unfortunately my buddy out of Tennessee was it's being affected by the storms right now that is going on, and he has currently no power. And our thoughts and prayers are with everybody that's being affected by Hurricane Laura. And Brett Rolls was going to be joining us, and I'll tell you, Derek, I'm getting ready. We're batting down the hatchets here in the Carolinas. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was as Category 5 when it made landfall in the Gulf of Louisiana and Texas last night. But that just shows you how fast of a storm this is. From going from the Gulf, from Texas, from Louisiana, now making its way through Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama, and now in Tennessee. This thing is coming and coming quickly. And that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because hopefully it'll get out of here quickly, but there's going to be a lot of wind and rain and isolated tornadoes that come along with it, and that is why Brett Rolls is not able to join us in the broadcast booth tonight.
Yeah, it looks like this battle for the lead is really shaking up here on the screen, but yeah, for sure, and it's unfortunate to see, and it always is, and I hope it definitely moves through, but it's unbelievable to see because even up here in Canada, like the last 2 nights, we've had some of the craziest thunderstorms, and we still see this. Some of those tropical storms make their way all the way up here. It just shows you how big those things really are.
A fun time
But these guys are putting on an awesome show. As Steve Baker is, he's gotten there. He's back at the back of the car, or the back end of the car of Alan Pajari in the 5, and he's going to be looking to maybe get there on the inside and get challenged for that first place position. As Dale Osmond has also been right there with them. So those guys are definitely got that long run speed, and they got their tires figured out. So they're going to be challenged back for the lead. As we're going to probably be seeing some green flag cycle pit stops coming up here soon.
Back across the front straightaway, another lap on the board. Closing in on lap 100 here this evening from Richmond. What a job they have put on so far. With Steve Baker, the man out in front, Alan Pajari in second, Del Osmond third, Eric Blunt, Chris Medford in the top 5, Littleton, Snare, Radford, Britt, Wasaki, and a long green flag run that has almost lasted about 60 laps now around Richmond.
Yeah, it looks like we got some cars on pit lane now as we're seeing the green flag cycles now on the screen. Brandon Medford in that 83 just pulled out, and we're going to probably see the other cars in the lead get down there now in the next 10 to 15 laps.
You know, I was wondering when we would be closing in on what would be these green flag pit stop cycling. Now you see the result as they'll make their way down the back straightaway with Steve Baker, Del Osmond, Pajari, Blunt, Medford, the top 5. And there these cars will start dropping off, going to the pit lane. And what will happen is all these drivers that are pitting, they're going to go a lap down, maybe more, as we see Brian Britt on the pit lane now in the 05 Coors Light colors. They're going to come down pit lane. And then once these other lead lap cars come back around, then Derek, it's going to cycle. You're going to see a cycle of these pit stops. That's why I love when I get to announce NASCAR events. You'll see them as they'll transition. Everybody will start coming to the pits. They'll take on tires and fuel. And then by the time everything cycles back around, it's going to end right back with the leader of the top of the board, Steve Baker, or somebody in that form around Osmond or Pajari that will play their cards right, and they'll come back and cycle all the way back to the later, the scoring pylon being exactly what it is, and these drivers will get their laps back. Now, if they get a caution, then they're pinned and they're trouble.
Yeah, if they did get a caution right now, there's a couple cars that would be a lap down, so they could maybe take the wave around, but then they would have to stay on the tires that they have and be at the end of the line, so they would definitely be disadvantaged still. So, I mean, they're hoping that this thing can cycle through and they can see this thing cycle fully through.
Yeah, for sure. Let's explain the difference between the wave around and the free pass, if you will. Obviously, you know, if you're the car that is a lap down and the caution comes out of the tail of the lead lap, you're the first car lap down, you get what they used to call the lucky dog, the free pass. You come back around and you get your lead lap back, and then you can pit. Anybody that is a lap down or more, if they decide not to pit, when the field gets the 1 to go indication, they can wave around. They can get the wave around, which means they can come back and cycle around the pace car and get one of or their laps back that they're several laps down, and then they can get a lap back. And if you play your cards right, you know, obviously, like you said, there's a lose-lose here. You get your lap back, but you also cannot pit, and that's a loss. But it's the gamble you take, though, Derek, especially on a short track like Richmond, I would believe.
Yeah, exactly. As we're seeing actually it looks like we did have some mistakes there. It looks like Justin Walters maybe and Brandon Medford maybe had a speeding penalty or something on pit lane as we see them come down in pit lane for the second time here. So they're probably serving their penalties, and that's exactly what these leaders don't want to see, because that'll change this race drastically. So these guys are going to have to make sure that they hit all their marks and get these cars wound down to where the RPM meter, it says go. It literally says green when you're in that margin of speed. They don't know what speed they're going with these cars at the time.
Here's the leader pitting.
Oh, and there we go. A little bit of a
Steve
mistake.
Baker, Osmond right behind him. Pajari will go to the lead. Blunt will not pit. Neither will Medford. And here comes the cars onto the pit lane, including the leader. Alan Pajari now will cycle back around as the new leader. Steve Baker on the pit lane, along with Osmond behind him. Brian Littleton, as these drivers will make their way back for another pit stop as, again, this will cycle back around with Pajari being the leader. But just like that, Derek, as fast as those leaders came to the pit lane, here comes the guys that just got the lead back going to pit as well, along with Blunt and Snare, 6 and 43, as we have 43 laps to go here at Richmond.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen a couple mistakes there, so we'll see. In all reality, it doesn't look like any damage happened to Steve Baker, that 55 car, when he had that incident getting onto pit lane. But if he did maybe speed a bit, then he's going to have to come back down. So, you know, that's going to be unfortunate. But we'll see if he did get woed down enough, because if he did, he's good to go. He made that little mistake, but it really didn't cost him any time, so he'll be good to go.
What a job they are putting on here. Closing in on 43 laps to go. Could we, Derek, see the end of this race go to the checkered flag? They're settled in for the green flag run. We've only got 3 cars in the lead lap. Pajari, Medford, and Ping, and these are cars that had problems earlier. They were wrecking. Medford was in the wall. Ping was in the wall. Pajari has now led for the 3rd time tonight in the 5 car. There's Ping. As he had problems, he's 3rd, last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, they had those problems earlier on, and now they're out front. They're going to be trying to probably run their tanks dry right now at this point, hoping they do see a caution, because if they do, then they'll be at the advantage for when they can get back on the tire cycle, and they'll be then, you know, leading the field down to the green flag for the last 40 laps here.
Back straightaway, side by side now, as here comes Pajari leading. He'll give up the lead. Medford will now go back to the top spot in 84. We knew he had to pit, Derek.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had him mixed up with another car. I did think he, I thought it was the 55 for a second when I seen him on the monitor, and I thought he was coming in to serve a penalty. That was my mistake. I had the wrong car, but yeah, he's good to go. He's going to come down and get his tires, and he'll be right back out there as long as he hits his marks. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up, because, okay. Yeah, it looks like he's got a clean exit off a pit lane here, so we'll see where he's going to end up when he compares himself to Steve Baker and Dale Osborne as he comes off the pit lane.
So, as they come back around, there's your new leader. And look at these guys fighting to get back on the lead lap. Dustin Ping back on the lead lap. Steve Baker back on the lead lap. Dale Osmond back on the lead lap. And they literally fought back by the leader to get back on the lead lap, guys. There was no help with a caution flag. That's just how good these cars are.
Yeah, they flew by him there. It looks like, you know, they're gaining a lot of time on him right now. And there's other cars going to try to get by him here too, as he's going to hang on though still until he keep maybe as many cars as he can a lap down before he's got a pit, hoping for a caution. But he's probably going to have to come in and take fuel here soon, maybe any lap now.
Back across the lot, stripe, another lap on the board, as it is Chris Medford now, the new leader in car number 84. What a run Medford has going for him. Such a strong run after the problems he had earlier. Dustin Ping sitting there back in 2nd. In 3rd, Steve Baker, Del Osborne, all the fast cars that are on the lead lap. And I would say that besides the 84 and the 1, the 55 and the 88, they've been the best cars of the field so far. They deserve to be at the front, and they're the last cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, it's curious to see, I was curious to see how they were able to find each other every single time, even on different cycles, and still be racing right beside each other throughout the whole night. So, I mean, they had definitely got through there, even with that small mistake the 55 had. He didn't really lose any time on it and didn't get a penalty, so it really wasn't a mistake. So he's still out front there, leading that charge of those cars on the new tires and marching their way up back to the front. But the 88's been out front all night, so he's going to be looking to take that back and try to get that win to cap off the pole and everything tonight.
This is again the Next Gen Challenge Series, as these drivers are working their way around the racetrack, and then again this race roars on. Another lap on the board. Understanding that the drivers are gaining almost 2 full seconds on each other every lap, as this is tonight's event at Richmond. And you can run each other down really good here on this track also, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's you know, it's all about where those tires are at. We've seen that move earlier where those 2 cars got together, and you know, you can really drive this thing down and still catch it. but you'll push up a little bit on the exit. So you really got to try to clear the guy before you push up in the corner, or else you push up right into him. So that's what we seen earlier in that wreck in a car coming down as well. So, I mean, if the 88 wants to stick his nose in there, he can drive the corner and maybe make something happen. But it's going to be interesting to see how these guys race each other.
This is the final 4 races remaining in the season, if you will, for the drivers of the American Motorsports Association Next Gen Challenge Series, as they will be in action at Atlanta Motor Speedway next Thursday night for the Line Creek Brewing 200, presented by SCT. That'll be 130 laps, 200 miles around the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Air time will be at 8:50 Eastern Time on LSR TV next Thursday night. And then also coming up in 2 weeks will be the Victory Junction 200 from Kansas, September 10th. And the season will end after a week break. They'll come back on September 24th and round out the season at Lucas Oil Speedway in Indianapolis, Indiana, for the Ohio-Indiana Roofing All-Star Showdown, a 100-lap All-Star race to decide the champion. All that coming up on LSR TV. Along the way for the Next Gen Challenge Series Final 4. Coming to the end of the series for these guys, Derek.
Yeah, it sounds like it's been a great season and a great battle between the same 2 cars tonight that have been up front all night long. And it looks like this one's going to come right to the wire, right to the end of the season. So, and then the leader now, Chris Mefford, as we're being told, he's coming down pit lane. So that's
not pitted yet.
Yeah, so he was going to run that thing out, and that's exactly what he did. And he tried, and he didn't get his caution that he was looking for. But, you know, that's going to surrender the lead to Steve Baker and Dale Osmond now as they're battling at right under 1/10 of a second. And
so, Derek, remember what I was telling you, how you look at the scoring pylon? Look at how it's all changed again, and look how it's all the same after all the pit stop cycles. That's what I was referring to. Look at that.
Yeah, it just cycled itself right back through. I think maybe the 6 of Eric Blunt lost maybe, you know, a couple of seconds there with those new tires run that the 55 and 88 had. So, you know, we're approaching the final 25 laps here. And if these guys don't see a caution on the racetrack, I think this one's going to come down to the 88 and 55 of Steve Baker and Dale Osmond.
Steve Baker leading the way. He's got 1 win on the series. He's got 8 top 5s and 12 top 10s for the driver of the number 55, Steve Baker. 1 win, looking to now go for 2. Brian Littleton second of the standings, along with Roy Hyde. Kenneth Dell Osmond in the 88 car, along with Eric Blunt, the top 5. And those are your standings as we approach the final 25 laps remaining. And the caution is out.
And there's that caution that those guys needed that we were just talking about.
Yes, sir.
That's Chris Mefford on the new tires. It looks like he got back out there on the cold tires.
Man.
The car maybe got away from him a bit.
And that's like the second or third time it's happening. He eats the wall. Checked up by the 19 to miss him. And by the way, that puts us under another swag yellow flag and a swag replay. Thank you again to Billy Smith, the Shark, for Smith Wraps and Graphics, for being the sponsor of our caution flags and instant replay coverage on LSR TV. Everybody coming to pit lane as well. Doesn't matter if they pitted already. This is your money stop here now, Derek Fulton.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They're all going to be, all that cycling talk about that we talked about is now out the window. It's all about just racing. They're just going to have a 20-lap shootout now, and it's going to shake things up, I'm sure, as we're going to have a great battle for the end of this one.
So understanding that Alan Pajari passed too many pit stalls when he made his pit stop, and that was the reason why he got a penalty. At least he is still on the lead lap amongst all of that.
It looks like he took the wave around here, maybe, I think. So he's actually...
He sure did.
Yeah. So he's going to be the first car here to get waved around the pace car, the pace truck tonight. But he's still got a shot at this thing, because I don't think this thing's done for cautions now, because like you said, Wesley, cautions breed cautions. So if he gets another caution here right away, he can get another set of tires on that thing.
Actually, I don't think that he took the wave around, guys. I think what happened is when the leaders came down to the pits, it had it make him catch up to that lap. But when the leaders come back out behind the pace car, it's going to show him back a lap down. Kind of the scenario we had happen a couple of weeks ago, if you remember, Derek, when we've done a broadcast at Bristol, and we thought there was a guy that was a lap down, and he got his lap back, and the leaders came back on the track after a caution, and then he came back as a lap down. So I think the wave around is optional, but, you know, we'll see what they do here. But
yeah, we'll see what ends up happening, because if they, I do think all the lead lap cars pit. If they did, then I think these cars will be waved around here. I think that was the difference. What we've seen last week was one car ended up staying out, and that kind of, you know, that one car that was a lap down, he didn't get, because that's he didn't. Basically, the only way you get scored as a wave around is when you go across the line in front of the leader. You're now technically on the lead lap, so they will wave you around the pace car for that 1 to green lap. So we'll see it here when the pace lights go out. They'll probably take off and go around the track. But that's how that works, because the scoring loop is actually located in the car, the transmitter. So when the leader goes in and takes his pit stop, the guys stay out, they go by him, and then now they're technically scored on the lead lap because they have passed the leader. So then when they come back to the line for that 1 to go, the leader is now pulled up to the pace car, and any other car in front of him is pushed in by the pace car, and that's the wave route.
Gotcha. Well, as we approach the final 20 laps, we're still under caution. Now you see the wave around. See the guys taking advantage of that? So they're going to get back on the lead lap. But they didn't pit, so now they're going to get back on the lead lap. Watch this. As it looked like Wasaki, McMeekin, and Mefford all a lap down were able to go through the pace truck and you know, they call it the wave around. And we're going to see them get back on the lead lap. You're about to see them, they're all the way on the front straightaway right now, but you're going to see them pop up into view here, and they will tag the back of the field. There they are.
Start at the tail end of the longest line, so even of the cars that are a lap down and stuff that didn't get waved around, they will have to start behind them and kind of work their way through those traffic too. So as the pace car rolls off, we're going green.
20 laps to go here at Richmond, back underway. And these drivers will get back on the lead lap, led by Wasaki, McMeekin, and Mefford. And back across the line. Here we go. Out in front, Steve Baker, the man looking for his second win of the season for the Next Gen Challenge Series, sanctioned by the AMA, and his nemesis, Del Osmond, looking on the outside for the lead as they go back into turn number 1.
Yeah, this is turning into an absolute drag race around this racetrack, as it looks like Steve Baker's going to surrender that first place spot to Dale Osmond, but I don't think he's done yet. He's going to now go back at him here as we're going with 18 laps to go to wind down to the end of this one.
The difference between the points is by starts. Dale Osmond has 11 starts to the 13. The points leader, Steve Baker, has. He has 2 wins to 1 win on Steve Baker. And then he has 9 top 5s and 10 top 10s. And that's the difference between first position Steve Baker, the points leader, and the man fourth in the standings, Kenneth Del Osmond. Basically, Baker winning the championship currently as we move the final 4 races of the year, because he's got more races on Osmond, but Osmond's right there in the catbird seat again as he takes the lead. Whoa, we got a wreck. A couple of cars get together.
And that's what that 5 car needed to see, unless he was involved in the wreck, which it looks like
Alan
he stopped up.
gets involved. Oh no!
Oh, that's not what he needed to see when it's him involved with it. Man, that's a tough break for him.
No, sir. Watch the 05, the Coors Light colors going around. Collects the 80, the 6 of Blunt, the 5 of Pajari. He hits the 4 of Wasaki.
And it looks like his engine was done. Pajari didn't even try to roll that thing out. So he hit that thing so hard, I think that killed that motor immediately on impact. And, you know, that's really unfortunate for him, because it just shows you that one little mistake. And then, you know, he was back there in the fire, and he needed to see a caution, but that's definitely not what he needed to see.
McMeekin in the 4 got involved. So did Brent in the 05. Man, what a tough break here. All right, guys, cars are on pit lane. They're pitting again, but the leaders will stay up front with Dale Osmond, Steve Baker, Eric Blunt, Brian Snare, Kate Green in the top 5. Final commercial break. We'll take you to the checkered flag under 15 laps to go. Here in Richmond, the Next Gen Challenge Series, wrapping it up here as the playoffs continue on LSR TV.
They say everything is bigger. These guys down in Texas aren't messing around. This feature race will separate the boys from the men, the girls from the ladies. Can you handle racing 300 laps for $25,000? It's not as easy as you think. We don't stop to tow those too weak. We just push them out of the way. We don't run 20 laps. We run 300 each night. We don't care about what you and your boys have under the hood. Bring all you got. Don't be scared. Call my Cowboy Jack today to get signed up. It all goes down on October 2nd and 3rd in Mesquite, Texas, just outside of Dallas. Kenny Wallace is coming back this year to try again. You don't have excuses. Go to LoneStar600.com now.
Ready back here at Richmond for the restart and hopefully what will be the final caution here.
Yeah,
Derek Fulton, Wesley Outlet along with Will Duvall, and we're getting ready for the restart. Go ahead, Derek, as we get ready to take green.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, the 6 cars right there still at the end of this one after those troubles earlier on like we're talking about. Is I'll let you take the green flag here, Wesley.
Oh, here we go. Katie bar the door. Cautions, precautions, or will we take this one to the house? Del Osmond looking for win number 3, and he has checked out. Eric Blunt now around Baker for second. He'll take Brian Snare with him on the inside. Look at the 43 out of nowhere, moving up into the top 5 as they go to 3.
Yeah, oh, it looks like the 6 car pushed up a little bit into the 55 of Steve Baker as they're going to lose a little bit of ground on that leader of Dale Osmond. He's checking out right now, but these guys are putting on a great show for that second place.
Back across the line. 9 laps to go when they come to the line. Osmond.
I think I've seen a car
wow, caution's out.
It's going to line them up.
Together.
Line them up and do it again, I guess. And we got 18. We'll be going to, what, 17 to go when we come to take the line. So
that's right. Let's watch what happened. Keep an eye on the 45, or the 46, correction, into the wall.
Yeah,
right
that
there
was a never-ending slide for him. It looked like he was going to get it for a bit, and then, you know, it just got away from him. That was just one of those, you know, never-ending slides for that driver.
That's Justin Walters bringing us under the yellow flag. Another swag caution, another swag instant replay. Hey, don't forget, coming up tonight, we'll wrap up our weeks of coverage on LSR TV with the next round of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. 11:45 Eastern, 10:45 Central. Greg Rentz, myself, will be in the broadcast booth. Again from Chicagoland Speedway on your home for sim racing, LSR TV. Del Osmond leads the way. Steve Baker second. Eric Blunt third. Brian Snare, Roy Hyde currently in the top 5. There you see Justin Walters taking that wave around. He'll get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, Dustin Ping in that one car. He's in the 6th place spot. Cade Green in the 19. He's back in 7. Brian Littleton is in the 80 car in the 8th place. Brandon Medford, after all those issues tonight and getting spinning out there again, is still in the top 10 there, still having a decent run tonight. So it's not a bad recovery still for the 83. And then rounding out your top 10 as we're about to line up and go 2 to green here, it's Troy Radford in the 94.
And by the way, Chris Medford was the car that was a lap down that got the lucky dog, and he was at the tail end of the lead lap, and he'll go back on the lead lap now, but he'll pit and have service being done to his number 84. The leaders, they're not pitting, are they, Derek? They're playing possum, unless Osman pits.
Yeah, no, I think, I don't think they're pitting here at all, for sure. And, yeah, they're going to stay out and run this one out, and it's all going to be about a restart here as we go into the restart zone. That restart zone at Richmond, you know, it's tricky to do sometimes. The leader usually does get a nice jump in it. So we'll see if the 55 can try to hold strong and try to match that and get up to speed as soon as he sees the 88 car get on the gas.
Closing in on the finish of this race. The lights are still on the pace truck. Remember, 150 laps is the scheduled distance. We still have 6 laps to go when they work their way around the racetrack. 5 remaining, so we possibly could see this race try to go the scheduled distance. But at Katie bar the door on that, Derek, because I think that just increases the appetite for an opportunity to see the Banana Republic flag a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if we see one, we'll probably see another right away here, and it's all or nothing here for these guys tonight, as they're going to try to pick up every point they can in the standings as we're coming close to the end of the season. So they're going to be going for it, and I expect to see, you know, we're going to probably see a lot of moves here. And then if something happens, we'll have to line them up and do it again, as they'll probably still have another shot to go for a green-white checkered, I think, right? So
that's right. So we'll try it again. Hey, real quickly, speaking of Wednesday night, Derek, you're the promoter of that deal, man. Talk about how fun the Swag Outlaw Super Late Model Series is. And next week we're going road course racing in Canada.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. My home, home country. So I'm pumped about that one. That series has been an absolute blast with everybody involved, and I would like to see some of these guys out there maybe too. So we'll see what we can do. But as we go green here, Dale Osmond's going to take the jump. And Wow, the Eric Blunt in the 6 car is going to follow him through, and he's going to try to track him down as we're winding to the end of this one.
Oh, big wreck. Big wreck. Several cars upside down, including Brian Littleton. The 46 of Walters involved, the 19 of Green involved. Big wreck on the restart, and this will set us up for overtime here tonight in Richmond. Holy calamity. Watch this. Another Swag instant replay. Wow, the 19 of Green got into Littleton, got in the 94.
Wow, that 80 car was just a pinball there in that wreck. Everybody, including the pace car, almost hit him, I think, there.
Let's ride on board with the car that flipped Littleton in the 80. On this, after another shot of the replay, McMeekin turned him. Let's start over and let's ride on board with him. Look at the sparks. You see the showers, the fires. Watch this. Hold your breath. We're going to burst our voice. Look at this. Oh. Woo. I'll tell you, the graphics that iRacing has created, so phenomenal to make it look so similar.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. These guys do an unbelievable job with this stuff, and it just gets better and better every day with this, and it shows. It really does. Like, you look at where some of these leagues and everything are at nowadays, and it's really amazing. It really is. So hats off to those guys. They do a wonderful job with everything they do. Just makes you excited for the future. Really, it really does, eh? And just every day it gets better and better, and
ready for overtime here. BJ, what's the rules in overtime, producer? 2 attempts at a green white checker, am I correct? All right. I think it's 2 attempts at a green white checker finish. Yeah, you're really a lot of help. Well, Derek, welcome to the world of broadcasting, my friend.
It's crazy. I know the racing side of things with this iRacing thing, but it's it's really cool to see everything else, and it's what it takes to really put these things together, and it takes everybody involved, and it's amazing. It really is.
Aiden Green back on the racetrack of the 19, all damaged on his car. Man. We'll see what happens when we get ready to come back for the restart. Craziness here this evening. Osmond, Baker, Blunt, Hyde, Snare, the top 5. How about props to, as the lights are off for the pace truck, well, the decks are still under caution. How about props to Brian Snare in the 43 car? Let's give him some love. Producer, show that beautiful Carolina blue 43 car. Look at him, a great run for the Victory Junction Gang Camp, currently in the top 5.
Yeah, he's been out there and surviving all night when it counted, and he's been up there. He's been putting himself in position to really make something happen here at the end of this race, and that blue machine might have a shot at this thing still. You never know how these things play out. As another thing too, I noticed like Steve Baker now starting on the inside. That inside row might be able to get going. And if they get a real good jump there, that's going to definitely benefit Snare as well, as he's going to probably be able to follow them through and maybe get right up there into that 3rd place spot and maybe challenge those guys, as Blunt's going to be absolutely just hanging on here on the outside going into 1.
Here we go. Green, white checker, and Dale Osmond pulling away on the jump, looking for win number 3 on the series. Back underway. Green, white checker. If they wreck, we'll reset and go again for a 2nd and final attempt. The leader takes the white flag. The race is official. They're on the backstretch, Derek.
Yeah, it looks like the 6 car got a great restart there, and he's going to hold off the 55 coming to the line, as we're going to take the white flag there as Dale Osmond takes the white flag. And it looks like this thing is going to end at the next flag.
Race is official now as Blunt gets loose and shoots up the track. Blunt losing all that ground. Woo! And loses it. Gets into Wasaki. Race continues. The wreck is in the back. Meanwhile, Dale Osmond will exit off at turn 3 and 4. 3rd win of the series with just 3 races to go. Here he wins in Richmond.
Yeah, Steve Baker.
Second spot to Steve Baker. Roy Hyde 3rd. What a wild last lap, and it's all for naught for Eric Blunt. He had a shot to be 2nd. 1st place loser falls all the way from the penthouse to the outhouse.
Yeah, that was, he made that heck of a save there earlier. Couldn't quite make, like, it was still a good save there, but he lost that 2nd spot there tonight. So, I mean, but he was giving it all. He was pushing for everything he had, trying to hunt down that 88 and maybe get his rear bumper. So, it was a great show there tonight by everybody involved, and can't congratulate Dale Osmond enough for a great performance, getting through the field many times tonight.
Here is the results here tonight for round 17 at Richmond. What a show they put on. Round 16 tonight at Richmond, my apologies. Here is the results here this evening. Dale Osmond, 3rd win of the year. Steve Baker, 2nd. Roy Hyde, 3rd. Followed by Brian Snare, and 4th, Dustin Ping will finish in the top 5. Doug Wasaki, Chris Medford, Brandon Medford, the Medford family, 7th and 8th. McMeek 9th, and Cade Green, all tore up, coming back and finishes in the top 10.
Yeah, and then the 11th place spot is Justin Walters there in the 46. 12th place was Eric Blunt after that mistake on the last lap. Still a decent finish here tonight, but he's definitely hoping to, get that top 5 spot in the 2nd place position. So tough break for him. But Troy Radford behind him in the 94s. We've seen another tough break for him and that driver tonight. The 14 car, Brian Littleton in the 80. He had some issues. We've seen him on the lid there as well. So there are a lot of tough breaks for a lot of these drivers tonight. And Alan Pajari, same thing. One mistake and it costs you big time in these races. So tough break for all those guys. But I mean, what a show we've seen tonight. These guys put on a heck of a race.
What a race. When it's all said and done, again, the winner is Mr. Man. Tell you what a job they done. Dale Osmond getting it done again. Fourth in the standings, still climbing the ladder as we approach the final 3 races. Down the stretches, round 16 is complete. Coming up next week, Atlanta, Kansas, Lucas Oil Raceway. When we come back, it is the Clan Wars Servers post-race wrap-up. We will talk to the top 3 and get you set for Hot Atlanta next Thursday night. Doug, a good job for those drivers. A performance made a great race here this evening at Richmond, and when it's all said and done, it's the driver of Mr. Dale Osmond getting the victory. We come back on LSR TV. We'll talk to him and more in a moment.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
It's now time for the Clan Wars Servers race wrap-up. Clan Wars Servers, gaming servers worldwide. And it is time now to talk to the top 3. Now, Derek Fulton, Wesley Outland, along with Will Duvall in the production chair. Now, this is what it's going to go down. We're going to ask a question. I'll ask a question. Derek, you'll ask a question, and then we'll have the drivers thank their sponsors so we can wrap her up and get on out of here. And by the way, don't forget, coming up in less than an hour's time, over an hour actually, 11:45 Eastern, we'll have coverage on LSR TV again with the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. I'll be on the broadcast call with Greg Rentz from Chicagoland. Back here at Richmond virtually and talking to the winner, man, Katie bar the door, Dale Osmond, another great job in that Sundrop machine, your 3rd win on the season.
Oh man, that's awesome. That was just an amazing race. I couldn't have asked for anything better there.
Yeah, we seen you tonight. That was awesome. Great show with you in the 55 all night. It seemed like you guys were battling and seemed to find each other every single time, no matter where your cycles were at and stuff like that. Could you explain that to us a little bit? It seems like you guys were battling all night long.
Yeah, we got on separate pit cycles there pretty early. I came in, I think, around lap 20, and they came in around lap 40. But, it didn't really matter what tires we were on. We were running, equal lap times throughout the entire thing. And from the beginning, I knew Steve was going to be my biggest competitor there. But once I got into some clean air, I was able to pull away. That's where my car really shined was, once I could get in front of the pack and just get some clean air on the nose.
Awesome.
Well, a good run for you. Awesome job for the number 88 machine, Bud. I know that the season is coming to an end. It doesn't seem like it, but we're down to the final 4 races. Obviously, do you have a shot to run for the championship, or are you just basically, going after race wins and seeing what you can do? And You know, I know you said you don't know if you'll be at Atlanta next week.
Yeah, I've got a shot at the championship, but I need to win both these next races, and I need my competition to not do well. You know, I missed 2 races early in the season, and I didn't get any points for them, so, you know, I'm at a huge deficit there already, but, you know, I'm super happy with clawing my way back up to 3rd place, and I'm hoping to have a shot at the championship here.
All right, buddy. Call out those sponsors. We appreciate you being on tonight.
Yeah, my sponsor, Ohio and Indiana Roofing Company. They're super awesome. My teammates, we had an awesome run tonight, Blackhawk Motorsports. Brian got the 4th there, and Dustin got the 5th with a wrecked car, so that's just absolutely amazing. Thank my family for watching. Thank you guys for everyone who ran in the race. This league is absolutely awesome, and thank you guys for broadcasting.
All right, buddy. Again, another big win. His 3rd win now on the season for the AMA Next Gen Challenge Series Cup as they roar their way to Atlanta next week, and he's got an opportunity to run for championship. He's currently 4th in the standings as things go tonight for the driver of Kenneth Dell Osmond. We just call him Dell Osmond there, getting it done. 2nd spot going to the driver of Mr. Steve Baker, the points leader. He's gunning for you. What's it going to take to win that championship, Steve? And a runner-up finish here tonight in the 55 car.
Yeah, man. Like Dale said, it was a battle all night long. Kind of hated to see those late cautions. I don't know how it would have ended up, but Dale was lightning on those restarts all night long, and we kind of struggled on the restarts. Either spun the tires in 2nd and just didn't have the get up in 3rd, or really had a longer run car. But we'll take a 2nd for sure, and yeah, just trying to protect that points lead with 2 races left after tonight, and I don't know how many out front we are, but I was doing some math earlier today and just figured out where I needed to finish each of these races to hold on to it to the end.
Yeah, so actually that's exactly what I'll ask you is, you know, what exactly do you got to go ahead and do to finish out this season? You know, you're going to obviously still try to push for wins, but, you know, it's going to be hard to, you know, not make any mistakes and make sure you don't lose any points there, right? So.
Yeah, I pretty much figured the few guys, I think Littleton was 2nd, or Roy, one of those was 2nd coming into the night, and did it the math that they'd have to max out all 3 weeks, and I got to stay 8th or better or so for sure a 2nd place tonight with a few bonus points will make that a little better in the last 2 races. But yeah, just gotta always gunning for wins, but yeah, just trying to keep it clean and finish up front and have good results.
Awesome.
Sponsors.
Yeah, first of all, before sponsors, man, I just want to thank Troy Radford. He spent a good amount of time on the setup tonight, and it was great. Super comfortable car, very good on long run, probably the best long run car I've raced all season. So shout out to him for all the work. I know he ended up having some trouble, but lightning fast car from him. SSR, Smoke Show Racing, SRTV Network on there, and yeah, thanks to you guys, Tyler, everybody who comes out to race, and yeah, got 2 more, so hopefully we can do pretty well.
Fun time for sure, bud. I know you're leading the way in the championship, and it's coming down to the final 3. An extra bonus question, if you will. What does it take to hold off the likes of Hyde and Osmond and all these guys trying to come after you here as you come to the final 3 races of the season?
Honestly, I mean, you see Dale, he's put in 2 wins in a row, so it takes trying to be the best out there, and we're trying to bring it, but as you can see, they're fast 1, 2, and 3 tonight, so just trying to get the fastest car we can on track that's gonna you know, be both good on long run and short run, but yeah, that's mainly the thing. I know they're going to be up front all week or every week, so I got to be there too.
All right, buddy, we appreciate it. There you go. There's the driver of the number 55, the current points leader as we move into Atlanta and those final 3 races of the season, Steve Baker. And with 1 win on his credit, he is still the man looking for that championship. Atlanta next week, followed by Kansas, a week off, and comes back for the finale at Lucas Oil Raceway for the All-Star Showdown. And finally, in 3rd position, we're going to talk to Steve Baker along with Roy Hyde. Roy Hyde has had an exciting racing season. He's currently 3rd in the standings. He's got 1 win on the year, 5 top 5s and 9 top 10s. Roy, you're literally in the cusp of trying to pull an upset to go for a championship, just like Osmond is.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, if everything falls right. I know there's a good chance I'm going to miss next week, but if I don't, then I think I got a realistic shot at it. Maybe not a big realistic one, but at least a little.
So here's what you got to do, Derek. I don't mean to take your question away, but this is what you got. This has got to be dedicated. What kind of phone you got? You got Verizon?
Oh, I got Verizon. I played on my
so
phone.
get Verizon. Get you Verizon. Get you a hotspot. Okay, get you a hotspot. And we've literally talked to guys that have literally done esports racing on their hotspot internet. Have we or have we not, Derek? And they've done it and not had problems. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, maybe make it happen. Maybe make it happen. Make sure you get there for that points battle. And
I've already got all that stuff on the phone already. I use that weekly, basically. I'll be honest, I don't use it for iRacing, but if I have to, I have before.
There you go. Whatever it takes, as I always say, hashtag whatever it takes. But hey, a good run for you tonight, though.
Yes, sir. It was a pretty decent run. A lot of green flag racing. That was kind of fun. A bunch of cautions at the end, but I think that worked out in my favor because I know I spun myself out there with about 20 to go, so that caution came out, kind of helped me out.
Yeah, you guys did a great job tonight, keeping that car clean, even going through some mayhem and 2-3 wide at some points. It was really impressive there, you guys. Watch you guys tonight battle it out. So awesome job tonight, man.
I appreciate it, guys.
So, and by the way, good luck packing and traveling and moving. That is a you know what.
Oh yeah.
I just recently did it. It's not fun.
Oh no, it's not. Especially whenever you're moving this far, you only get one shot at it because you're not making a second trip.
Yeah, exactly. At least I moved an hour down the road from where I was at, from Clayton to Durham, North Carolina. At least I had to make 3 trips. But yeah, definitely from Michigan to where you're moving to, buddy. Safe travels, and we appreciate it. Got any sponsors you want to thank of the 00 before we get on out of here?
Oh yeah, I always think the NGR guys, the Dirty Air Racing, Muddy Motorsports, and the wife, and everybody that puts in time with these setups and these cars and get feedbacks, and everybody that races on these tracks, because everybody here's pretty damn clean, I'll be honest, and respectful, and it makes it for a really good race.
Everybody definitely everyone respects each other for sure. Definitely, we definitely do appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for what you do, and have fun packing. Hopefully, we'll see you with your virtual wireless Wi-Fi next week at Atlanta.
Hopefully, yeah. Have a good one.
All right, buddy. There you go. There's your top 3. Again, the winner is Mr. Dale Osmond. Second spot, again, going to Steve Baker. Roy Hyde in third. Coming down to the final 3 races. Next week, it's Atlanta. Derek Fulton, I hope you can join me in the booth, buddy. What's your take of Richmond tonight as we wrap it up here this evening?
Yeah, I think we've seen a little bit of everything tonight. Restart zones playing into what we've seen tonight, and pit cycles, a little bit of everything, some caution sequences, and some long green flag cycles. So you couldn't really ask for more out of a race tonight. We've seen a little bit of everything. So it was an awesome race, and great to have me here. And I can't thank you guys enough, and it was awesome to be a part of.
Always fun working with you, brother. Definitely. You get paid a little bit of money, too. So definitely thank you so much. Hey, on the road next week, Atlanta Motor Speedway. Off to the windy, wild sport of Kansas, where Toto hopefully don't get pulled away by a twister. The drivers will then compete there in the penultimate race, and then the championship for the All-Star Showdown to be decided at Lucas Oil Raceway in the All-Star Showdown. Those are the final 3 races that remain in the 2020 season of the American Motorsports Association Next Gen Challenge Cup Series, presented by Ohio and Indiana Roofing. Thank you also to Mr. Mike Massengill and Tyler Hilton, for Mr. Will Duvall on production. For Derek Fulton, I'm Wesley Outland. Thank you for joining us on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. We'll be back in less than an hour with coverage of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series at 11:45 Eastern from Chicagoland Speedway. From Richmond, God bless you all, and please keep on praying for America and stay safe during Hurricane Laura.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.